It's really disappointing, and it's so messed up how a lot of these reptilian demon colonizers, they have robbed a lot of melanated people on planet Earth, and so many planets where melanated people were at. These reptilian demons and these other cave beasts, cavemen, cave women colonizers, they took so much from these melanated people, especially melanated people on planet Earth, and turned them into slaves. And that's why you see a lot of melanated people that could be your biological relatives or half related relatives that don't see themselves as royal kings or in royal queens, because a lot of your melanated relatives that happen to grow up in the slavery times where these reptilians and these other colonizer demon cave beasts had like just whipped them into submission to believe in some false fictional satanic religions that destroys and erases all of their DNA, of not realizing these melanated relatives that you have. When I'm speaking to melanated people, you spiritually awake melanated people that have melanated relatives that don't know that they are royal kings and royal queens. Those melanated relatives that think they are low class citizen slaves, and like they gotta sit there and pray to a religion to hope that they accumulate a lot of money, and they still don't have their answers, like they still don't have their prayers answered. Because why? The word pray means being preyed on. Pray is actually prey. The predator known as the slave owners and the colonizers, they they prey on melanated people in particular. They prey on the low class citizens of modern day, and that's the reason why a lot of your melanated relatives who grew up in North America and Canada, they don't really know that they are royal kings and royal queens. Trust me, I know from personal experience. And a lot of these melanated people that don't know that they are royal kings and queens, it's because their memory has been hijacked and been taken over by these colonizer reptilians and cave beasts that look Caucasian to the public surface. And speaking of melanated people being robbed of their history of being royal kings and queens, the reason why that happened because a lot of these reptilian demons and these goblin gargoyle cave beasts of cavemen and cave women demons who are not clean beings, and melanated people had to teach a lot of these Caucasian cave beasts on how to be healthy and clean. Like, that's real facts, real history. Why do you think Christopher Columbus was a dirty ass dude, and along with his lineage? And speaking of Christopher Columbus, a lot of his relatives have the last name Lowder, Crain, Hutson, and Gulp, like Gulp, the last name Gulp. And a lot of Christopher Columbus family lineage of slave owners with the last name Gulp, Loader, Crain, Hudson, and Columbus, for example. I know for one thing, the Gulp family is a bunch of slave masters who just always siphon off the energy off a lot of slaves, and happens in modern day too, because a lot of people with the last name Gulp are a bunch of landlords all over North America, just like the Columbus family, the Crain family, the Hudson family. The list goes on with all these Caucasian cave beast mutt looking ass demons who like took control over these melanated gods and melanated goddesses, man. This stuff is sick. This stuff is twisted, man. Like, why do you think when we speaking of getting robbed, like a lot of melanated people have been destiny swapped by a lot of these mutt dog looking ass Caucasian cave beasts and reptilians who colonize the whole earth, colonizing Asia, Africa, Middle East, like the whole earth per se, the whole earth, the whole globe. These damn reptilian demons and a lot of these damn cave beast, mutt dog looking ass colonizers that have that Caucasian appearance, that are that are unclean. They're a bunch of barbaric beasts. These reptilians and these Caucasian looking cave beasts, they are barbaric beasts that have been erasing a lot of melanated history. So melanated people that's like in their 40s and 50s and 20s and 30s and 60s and 70s don't know that they are melanated gods and goddesses. If you go to Louisiana or Mississippi, Arkansas, Missouri, Florida, any place in North America, any place in Canada, majority of melanated people is not gonna know that they are royal kings and royal queens. They're not gonna know this because they don't understand the power frequency that they got. And like in another token, like for these melanated people that neglect your spiritual intuition on letting them know that they are royal kings and queens, if they don't know this, if they neglect the information, it's because they've been too far hijacked by the matrix. They've been hijacked by these mud dog cave beast looking people, which is known as the colonizers, these reptilians. Like this stuff is insane. Like it takes a lot of people. It takes a lot of damn people, whether they melanated looking in particular, to actually go seek information within. Why do you think a lot of melanated people in North America and Canada, like when you do speak to them, they're in survival mode. They're in survival mode just like the Middle East, the Latins, the Asians, the Melanesian people that look like from Lilo and Stitch. You see, the reason why it's like this, a lot of melanated people in particular that are low class citizens, the reason why they're like that, because these rent and bill and taxes that's been created by the cave beast mud dog looking slave owners, they created this survival fearmonger tactic against melanated people, so melanated people don't know the power that they got. If you know what I'm talking about, you need to understand this, like for real. So like for like all this stuff like mortgage and patience, the word patient means to seek assistance from a crooked doctor. If you really look at the definition, the meaning of patient, and you look at mortgage, you look at the name submission, means you basically bow down to authority of the colonizer, the slave master, known as the reptilian or the cave beast. This stuff is accurate information if your intuition is really intact. This stuff is sickening. This stuff is mad sickening. Like it's very sad. Like if you a melanated person, you feel what I'm saying? Like if you a melanated person and you can't really talk to a bunch of melanated people in your local area, whether you in like Illinois, Iowa, Louisiana, Texas, or any location, and a lot of melanated people around you don't really comprehend that they are royal kings and queens because they're stuck in survival mode due to that fearmonger indoctrination that they've been buying into since they were birthed. You know, that's why it's your job as a melanated person to like wake them up the best way you can by sharing, like planting the seed. You share this information to them, and it's gonna be up to them to like go lead themselves into that intuition, because like we know what it is. We know what it is already, man. This stuff is mad sickening. This stuff is mad sickening. Like this whole thing is way deeper than Christopher Columbus and the Spain people and the French and all these other colonizers. This stuff is way deeper than that. Like you see, that survival mode that they put on low class citizens of all ethnicities, and most particularly melanated people, the reason why they do that is because they want a lot of melanated people to be in fear based frequencies, you know, fearing about like money problems, because like these low class citizen job industries don't pay a lot of money the way that high class citizen NBA players in Olympics be paying. But you see, man, I tell you all this, like all that stuff about bills and money, that is fear based frequency. So melanated people don't know that they are royal kings and royal queens out here.